Hi, it's Corey, and today you're gonna learn how to play the Monster Mash. First things first, let's make sure your ukulele's in tune. That's going to be a G on the 4th string, a C on the 3rd string, an E on the 2nd string, and an A on the 1st string. Now, the song's super easy. All you're gonna need to know are 4 chords, and it follows the exact same progression the entire time, which is awesome. So the progression that you're gonna need is for a G major to an E minor to a C major to a D major. So those chords are, for the G, you're gonna put your first finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string, your 2nd finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret, and your 3rd finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. That E minor is going to be your 1st finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret, your 2nd finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, my brain today, and your 3rd finger on the 3rd string, 4th fret. The C major is going to be your 3rd finger just on that 1st string, 3rd fret. And then your D major is going to be all along the 2nd fret, your 1st finger on the 4th string, your 2nd finger on the 3rd string, and your 3rd finger on the 2nd string. So once you're really comfortable with those various chords, then you just need to be familiar with the strumming pattern. Now, what's really awesome is we're just gonna be following the island strum, which is a down, down, up, down. So again, that's a down, down, up, down. Now, I'm adding the chucking there. If you're not ready for chucking, it's just a down, down, up, down. If you're doing the chucking, it's down, chuck, up, chuck. So basically, you're just replacing every down after the first down with a chuck. Now, what's really cool about this song is there's not even a whole lot of singing other than my cat is just like going crazy. So sorry if you hear my cat in the background. Other than the chorus section, which is, he did the mash, it was the monster mash, like during that part, it's kind of this like play spoken part. So for instance, the very first line is like, I was working in my lab late one night, and you'll probably hear me making some terrible accent of what I think the monster mash sounds like, I guess, but and what's really great is the rest of it's just pretty much spoken. So even if you're not somebody who's really comfortable with their singing ability, or maybe you struggle with singing and playing at the same time, this is definitely a song for you, okay? So once you're really comfortable with that strumming pattern, and if you're not ready for a strumming pattern, you can easily just play on the downbeat. So you could play like this. Each chord's gonna be played 4 times, and that's totally fine. Or you could even just play on the chord changes. So you could have G, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. And that would work just as well. Just as well? Yeah, just as well. Okay, so with that, we're gonna hop right into the playthrough, because pretty much once you have those 4 chords, again, and they're pretty easy chords, and you're comfortable with your strumming pattern, you're ready to take it on. Now, feel free to make this as silly as you want during the playthrough. I will certainly be doing that. Halloween's my favorite time of the year, and I think part of the fun of it is just being able to be as silly as you want. So if you want to make a funny sound during this, feel free. I know my kiddos really love this song, even though it is quite a bit older than a lot of the music they listen to. They really, really love this song, and we're working on this in our ukulele club at school as well. So if you're one of my kiddos, this tutorial will definitely help you in learning that song as well. Okay, let's get into the playthrough. I'm going to leave you as you are, just because there's nothing really that you need to be zoomed in for. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight, for my monster on his slab began to rise. Then suddenly, to my surprise, he did the mash. It was the monster mash. He did the mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. It caught on in a flash. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast and the ghouls all came having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocking on, digging the sound. Igor on chains, backed by his backing hounds. Coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker 5. They did the mash. They did the monster mash. They did the mash. It was a graveyard smash. They did the mash. It caught on in a flash. They did the mash. They did the monster mash. Out from his coffin, Drax's voice did ring. Seems he was troubled by just one thing. He opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?" They did the mash. They did the monster mash. They did the mash. It was a graveyard smash. They did the mash. It caught on in a flash. They did the mash. It was a monster mash. Ooh, they did the mash. It was a monster mash. Ooh, they did the mash. Now everything's cool. Drax's part of the band. My monster mash is a hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant for two. But when you get to door, tell 'em Boris sent you. Then did the mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. They did the mash. They caught on in a flash. They did the mash. The monster mash. Ooh, the monster mash. The monster mash. The monster mash. That ooh at the end was totally just me flourishing. But that's the thing. This song is all about having fun, so feel free to have fun. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. It was pretty quick, but again, there's not a whole lot going on with this song. Now, make sure you stay tuned in a little later in the week for a special Halloween surprise. Hopefully, if I can get it out. If not, it'll come out like on the weekend or something. But I'm taking this song and another song and mashing them together. Get it? Because the title of the song. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you have a spooktacular season. And if you did find this helpful, make sure to give it a like or to give it a thumbs up, and to make sure to comment on the bottom. Let me know what spooky song you're going to be listening to this Halloween season.